Playboy Mansion of all the footage that they have on Magic Johnson. Look at Bill Cosby. Look at all of the industry back then. So if you look at the Wade family, Dwayne Wade after basketball career is soaring because he sacrificed his baby boy, just like Magic Johnson sacrificed his baby boy. There was over the weekend where Magic Johnson was with his son, and his son had on boots and was standing 6'9" with a dress on. He don't have boobs or anything, and I still believe he has his penis, but he had the makeup on, a faded haircut with his man chest. And I don't have a problem with it. I just hope that they realize that they know that that's not normal. See, when you look at the Kardashians with Bruce Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner, see, this was popularity stuff. So you have people coming out the closet just to be popular, because when they say all press is good press, that's real. So look at the Wade family, and I can't get off of this. His son is 14 years old. There's a picture with the Wade and his wife, Gabrielle Union, with their adopted daughter or surrogate daughter, because she don't have children. So they got a chance to just make a girl. So she always wanted one. So she made Dwayne Wade's son a girl, because we are products of our environment. And that's black excellence versus black ignorance. So black ignorance would say the opposites, because they just want to argue and debate. Why did Hillary Clinton say in 1994 that these are super predators and they need to be brought to heel? That was a emasculate move to pretty much water down the black community, because the black man is too strong and too aggressive. Why did Willie Lynch, the science of Willie Lynch, say take the biggest, strongest, and most aggressive slave you have, put him in front of his family, and all the slaves, tie each limb to a horse, beat the horses so they could pull him apart, tar him and feather him in front of his family, in front of the whole plantation. Then you get the next strongest and you do the same thing to him, but you don't kill him. You beat him to a pulp to psychologically mess up everybody. And if we can do this, and this is what Willie Lynch said, if not hundreds, if not thousands of years, share this with your family, share this with your wives, share this with different cultures. And this is what we have now. And a masculine move right under our eyes, and nobody sees it but the Black Excellent Society. Now, the Black Excellent Society is actually supported by the Harvard Society, both North and South campuses, and we are responsible for changing the frequency back to its original state. You see how they will promote the Smiths, how Will Smith's wife, had an entanglement with a little boy, and he had to stay with her. Why? Because he had movies coming down the line, because white liberals and white Jewish people do that. And I'm sure, this is factual information that can't be debunked, but nobody's going to say anything. But look at the Wade family. The reason that there is a problem, I'm going to go ahead and reset the room. What up, America? Welcome to a Better Black America podcast, the #1 urban podcast stateside and worldwide. Now, today is April 19, 2022. Happy Tuesday to you. Now, we're talking about black excellence versus black ignorance, and I'm speaking on the Smiths and the Wades when it comes to black families. Now, the Smiths family, that's some big time Hollywood. So you see the Wade family falling hook, line, and sinker. So the sacrifice is the children. The sacrifice is the moral compass. And the sacrifice is Dwayne Wade's son, who's gay, who's actually dating a white kid, and put out an Easter picture. And they posted a picture of this 14-year-old boy kissing another boy. And some people would say, what's the problem? Love is love. That's fine. But there's not a black man on this planet that's going to allow his daughter to have a sexual relationship or any type of physical relationship with any boy in his presence. So why is it okay for the Wade family to bring this little boy in with his boy? Because we know what they're doing. They're performing fellatio, and I guarantee you that Dwayne Wade's son is not a virgin. And I want y'all to ask Dwayne Wade, has he taken baths with his son? Has his son seen his nakedness? Because it's a strange thing because when I see this relationship, it looks like Dwayne Wade is the father and that's the daughter's love. So we are products of our environment. And look how Dwayne Wade is getting rewarded, with television shows. They're creating him, making him this iconic player or this person because of why? Because he's suspect. Even before Dwayne Wade's daughter or son, got even 5-10 years old, we seen Gabrielle Union treating that boy like a girl because we are products of our environment. You can make a boy if you want a boy. All you got to do is catch him at a very young age, take the doll out of his hand and put a ball in his hand. Stop you from hanging out with all the little girls trying to emulate the girls, because I know without a shadow of a doubt, men with a whole bunch of sisters, had to either leave the house and find something else to do, because if you are a big sister and you have a mother and the son, and I guarantee you, if there's no man presence, there's no masculinity, this boy is being emasculated because black women teach their sons to be soft. And that's the science of Willie Lynch. Even though he's big, strong, and mighty, but yet feeble-minded. Okay, he's dumb, passive. Because why? White America, white supremacists, the cultures, the people that the opposition parties of the black culture, this is what they want. Because they know the difference between the Series 9 DNA and the 2 6s. They know who the master race is. And in the master race, imagery is distorted right now. And if you don't think that the Black Excellence Society does not see or understand what's about to happen down the road. So when you look at the politics, we know Joe and Joe know us. Well, that's an epic fail, because the devil we know did not trump the one we don't know. So now we're looking at a situation where his whole campaign slogan was actually stolen from a better Black America. Listen to this, a better Black America, and he put Build Back Better. Build Back Better is basically mean build back. He added the better because it rhymed, because he has no clue what better means, because you're not going to get a second term to build back better. All he's doing is just breaking it down. And then I don't want to throw a curveball, but I'm about to throw a curve drop to you and switch to the Ukrainian war. I really found the loophole of why we over there in Ukraine, because there's some material called neon that's required to make these semiconductors. And Ukraine has a large volume of it, and it's enough to create semiconductor supply chains. So when Russia, finished its genocide, and I heard President Biden says this is a genocide, so it's not a Jewish. See, y'all not hearing anything about a Jewish Holocaust because these are Christian, Orthodox Christians. So the Jewish Holocaust is being actually erased in plain sight. And that's the reaction from the Pharisees to the Sadducees. It's a whole lot of stuff that's going on, and it's deep. And this is why we got to have one goal, and that's to liberate, educate, and put the black race on the pedestal where it belongs, because we are the champions of America, because we have won the gold medal. Because our race has done so much for this country, and the only thing we get is memorializations. And the only thing we get is, if you want to be successful, we got to emasculate your family, because men emasculate themselves. When Dwayne Wade would go on TV with his hair dyed, with makeup on, lipsticks, with those little hanging earrings like Lawrence Taylor used to wear back in the day, he emasculating himself. Yeah, you're watering down yourself. And I'm sure more than likely, if Dwayne Wade was not married, I guarantee you, if you ask him, he's had situations with men. Because that's a man, that's an alpha male athletically, but clearly, liberally, he's open. Look at his family. We live vicariously through our children. So if he's basically saying it's okay to be gay, son, that's basically him saying he wished that his father showed him that same love so he could be gay, because he has every attribute of that. And there's nothing wrong with it. Men have wives as moles. There's so many men out there that's married, that's gay. Because of, they want to be, accepted in society. But when you look at, the damaged family in Hollywood, clearly it's to emasculate our culture. And a lot of people sit back and say, well, they don't represent. Yes, they do. I'm sorry to tell you, because we come from a culture in a time where we want to be judged by the contents of our character and not by the color of our skin. So if our character is suspect, then we need to call it out, because the only thing, the black nuclear family is the only thing for the survival of the black race because of productivity. But if you are married and if you find love, and I agree, love is love, but it's the promotion of it that's the sin. Because as a heterosexual black man, you're not going to know when I get down. You're not going to have a clue. But just know when I do get married that I'm, doing what I need to do whenever I need to do it. But what I'm saying is I will not promote fornication. No matter what we do, we're human. We all have skeletons in our closets. We all have to look in that mirror. God knows all. But I'm telling you, the sin is in the promotion of an alternative lifestyle opposite of God. God will never ordain a regular, marriage. So why would he ordain a same-sex marriage? And when I say he ordains a regular marriage, he don't condone the sexual activities, prior to the lust. So we have to be honest with ourselves. And this is no disrespect. And if you feel like you want to be disrespected, that's your choice, because I'm just keeping it 100. I'm setting the bar. I can't sit back and talk about fornication because I'm not married, because that will be immoral. Okay. And now we're starting to see that black married men can't even speak because their situations are not traditional. These men at home are going through some things, so we can't sit back and listen to a married man. Just because you married doesn't qualify you to speak, because you're not going to be honest with what goes on, because the woman is not always right. Nobody's always right. Okay. Nobody should yell at anybody. There should be total respect. Nobody should be intimidated or talk too crazy. Nobody. But two parties have to be on the same sheet of music for that to happen. This is why us single men, like I said, I'm scared shitless to start anything, because I want it to be perfect. Some men are not going to take anything from anything. So if we're not going to take anything from anything, taking something from a woman is out the question. And the devil knows this, and the mission is still kill and destroy. So he uses women to steal our ideas, to steal our dreams. It's so many men right now had dreams, goals, and admiration, but right now they're in a situation they can't get out of it, and they got to keep on doing what they do because of the situation that they're in, and they're not going to change it because that's what, some men do. But then there's some other type of men that will never, and I repeat, never deal with that okie doke. So I'm trying to get you brothers to grow some balls and look your spouse, your girlfriend in the eyes and let her know that daddy's back, that daddy's going to be daddy. The man is going to be the man, because this is the only way, and it's our only means of survival and thriving for the next generation. Because emasculation, like I said, look at the 60s. That was a play that they thought was going to destroy the black community forever, but we're still here. The Korean War, the Vietnam Wars, the drugs, the killing of Dr. King, the killing of Malcolm X, the killing of John Kennedy, the killing of Bobby Kennedy, the killing of the civil rights movement, the killing of the black race, literally with the pen, and made us some ethnicity. No, it's not going down. Not on our watch, because X is not lost. X is an unknown factor, which will be the equation to make everything right. Because we got an opportunity to look at all these things. And then now, like I said, since critical race theory is dead and it's now critical race facts and critical race systems, because of the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act signed into law March 29, 2022 by President Joe Biden. So now we're keeping it real. So the question is, how many men out there will let his 14-year-old girl be sexually active? How many men out there will let his 14-year-old daughter, bust slob and you take pictures and laugh and smile about it? So that same scenario is being played out with the Wade family. But since it's a boy, an adolescent boy who basically made his sexual choice before even puberty, how can you make that choice? Kiss a girl and see how I feel. And this is a situation when he gets to a certain age, he's going